Hi, my name is Vinny Roberts, and today I'm going to be explaining cellular respiration, oxidative phosphorylation, and the electric transportation. Well, this all takes place inside of the mitochondria. The mitochondria, as we know, have two membranes, the outer mitochondrial membrane and the inner mitochondrial membrane. And in between these two membrane spaces, we have the intermembrane space. And underneath the inner mitochondrial membrane, we have the mitochondrial matrix. This inner mitochondrial membrane have 6 important proteins that we need to help make ATP. We have the NADH dehydrogenase, we have succinate, ubiquinone, we have cytochrome B, we have cytochrome C, then we also have cytochrome AE, also known as oxidase, and we have the ATP synthase. To begin this process of electron transport chain, we will need 2 very important molecules made from the Krebs cycle, which is NADH and FADH. Here we have NADH, which will be oxidized through the NADH dehydrogenase and be reduced to NAD. The hydrogen ions will be transferred through a series of iron ions that are located inside of the FMN, known as flamin mononucleotides, until it reaches the iron brick, where it will be then transferred into ubiquinone. This process releases 4 valence electrons into the intermembrane. Those 2 hydrogen electrons will then make ubiquinone, ubiquinone. And ubiquinone will then transfer these 2 electrons over to cytochrome B. Cytochrome B acts almost like a placeholder. The 2 electrons will be transferred into here, where they will stay until it is transferred into cytochrome C, which is a mobile protein. This process releases 4 valence electrons into the intermembrane space. Cytochrome C will travel through the intermembrane space and bring 2 electrons over to cytochrome A3, also known as cytochrome oxidase, where the 2 electrons will come from cytochrome C into cytochrome A3. Cytochrome C is not finished just yet. It will transfer back over to cytochrome B and pick up 2 more electrons. Those 2 electrons will then transfer over to cytochrome A3. The reason this happens is for this process to undergo any further, it needs 4 hydrogen electrons. Here we are now in cytochrome C. Here we have 4 hydrogen electrons. 2 electrons will be let out into the intermembrane space as one process undergoes underneath. This process is 2 hydrogen molecules bonding with 2 oxygens, which is O2, to create 1 water molecule of H2O. So far we have a total of 10 hydrogen ions in the intermembrane space. We have 4 from NADH dehydrogenase, we have 4 from cytochrome B, and we have 2 from cytochrome C. All of these will add up over here in front of the ATP synthase. For every 4 hydrogen ions, the ATP synthase will rotate through and make 1 ATP. So, what these 4 hydrogen ions will do, will slide through here as the top of this rotates, binding with ADP. Once they have all 4 hydrogen ions, ADP will turn into ATP. Now, we have a second way that you can make ATP in the inner mitochondrial membrane. This time we're going to skip complex 1, and we're going to start at the succinate. The succinate needs FDH to be oxidized and made into FDA. We will also go through a series of iron. These 2 electrons will then come up to the top to bond into ubiquinone, the mobile protein. This will then turn into ubiquinone with the 2 hydrogen ions and will transfer these 2 electrons over to cytochrome B, where they will then be coming into cytochrome B, and the process of the electrons being transported will continue as it did through the NADH dehydrogenase. Which brings us back to the ATP synthase. Instead of having 10 hydrogen ions inside of the intercellular membrane, the FAD process creates 6 hydrogen ions, which will create a total of 1.5 ATP. Alrighty, so this whole entire process with the FADH in the NADH through the electron transport chain creates a total of 3 ATP and 2 water molecules. So this has been the cellular respiration, oxidative phosphorylation electron transport chain. Thank you for watching.